Hello everybody and welcome to this video where we're gonna talk about the different combats in the different seasons of Dimension 20. We're gonna use this site here, the Dimension 20 wiki, so thank you for all the lovely people who set this up. I think it's a fan-made site as far as I know. So thank you for all the work. I love to use things from the community for the community. And I also didn't want to make just another tier list video because this is not so much about the tier list. My goal here is to find the top five, my top five personal best combats in Dimension 20. And yeah, we're gonna try to figure that out together. And we will go through this website where we have all the locations and the battles listed alphabetically, and I will look through them and tell you my thoughts and pick my top five, and then we will end up seeing at the end of the video what that list will be like. Of course, as always, write down in the comments below what your top five would be. I'm always interested to see other people's thoughts and opinions about Dimension 20. Again, I don't have much people in my personal life who consume it, so I have not a lot of opportunity to talk about it, and I'm excited to share my thoughts and to read and listen to other people's thoughts as well. So now let's jump into the first one. I have no idea how long this all is gonna take, but yeah. We are at the Eggford Adventuring Academy, of course, Fantasy High. We had here two fights as far as I remember. Well, also the one in the... No, three. It must be free because the gymnasium. So of course, like, it's poetic that we start this video with the first fight. It's also the first fight in the Dimension 20 history. It is the one in the cafeteria, of course, and honestly, it looks really good. Like, looking back at it, they already had a high quality standard from right the get-go. But at the same time, it does feel a little bit looking back in time. Don't think this will be my first pick, even though there were like some great moments with Edine getting her first kill, jumping on tables. And then the next one is the Blood Rush field. Yes, exactly, where they fought against Daybreak. I don't remember that much of this. Like, I think Brendan revealed that this fight was actually supposed to go different, and that Daybreak was supposed to win, but that didn't happen. So he had to kind of change things around. But I didn't know this when I first watched it. But overall, it is a fun seat. And of course here, Hoot Growl, our Allwares, going full hog. Yeah, but I don't think neither of those will be my top five, honestly. The art show space. Now this one has to be, yes. Ooh. This one is the Unsleeping City, where we go to the art show of PD's girlfriend, I think, yeah, or ex-girlfriend. And this fight kind of bumped me out because of this one up here, because of the water tower. The water tower did not do what it was supposed to be doing, and yeah, the players tried to make it work, but in the end, there was not really a lot to be done. This building was going to burn down. I don't, but I do like it. Like, them getting everybody out. There was like a thing with spiders where they jumped into the spider's net to get to safety. We're gonna let this open for now. The Blige, is that how you call it? Oh, okay. Honestly, this is one that I don't remember, but again, this is the Leviathan season, so I don't... It didn't have battle maps. It was all online. And I also don't think... Did they use like the online? No, I don't think so. They did this in Unsleeping City Season 2, but not for Leviathan. Okay, then the Black Pit. Which one? Oh, do you... Oh no, okay. The Black Pit was actually the... what's it called? The party area? No, like where you go out and have a club. So that's what I was trying to say. Oh wait, we have a battle set? Yeah, there it is. It was fun, but also not one of my favorites. But that was also like a good good fun battle. I mean, honestly, all the battles are going to be fun, so you will hear that many times. Then the Blood Rush field we already have. Then the Bottomless Pit. I don't remember. That was season 2 of Fantasy High. Did we fight there? Campaign? Who? I don't really see anybody fighting here. Did we have a fight there? I can truly not remember. I didn't think so, but maybe I'm forgetting something. Then we go to Buzzy Brook. Okay. What is... Oh, that one. Okay, now we go into Crown of Candy. That is the one where Saccharina just annihilated, I don't know, 5 or 6 people at once. Or at least the lightning, her lightning spell hit that many people. And that is also the kind of moment where I said it before, magic in this universe before were kind of not really a thing. Magic was not used that strongly, but here was the first time I think where we saw it in full action. And again, it kind of took something away, in my opinion, for the overall theme that we are going for. But the fight in itself was fun and great, so no complaints there. But it just, again, there was too much magic for my taste in Crown of Candy. With that being said, there was also this really great scene with Willem. Was it Willem? Like with Ellie's character. I always forget their names, but yeah, where he put on the likeness of the priest and basically killed the priest while looking like the priest. Yeah, that was wild. Then we come to Calafriel Tower. Is this the one? Yeah, sophomore year. This is, I think, where Adine was holed during... Well, not doing the investigation even. It was just they captured her because they wanted to use her for the Elvish people, of course. And that was like a really fun. Like what I remember the most, of course, is them Ellie trying to fly with her ribbon dancing. That was so funny. That was so iconic and it's so insane. But the beginning of this fight also was really interesting because it was basically a giant Arthur Eckford showed up, who ran away, not ran away really, but he went to war. But first I was really like, oh my god, this is a lot. Okay, Castle Candy. Yeah. Now, Castle Candy was the place for battle 2 times. Like one time they ran away and one time they came back. For that, I really like it. Like the thematics of this is great, and it brought us the mini minis and the whole idea of fighting with troops. That was like really engaging and fun to see as well. But there are not so many standout moments for me right now that I can think of. I know that Cumulus one time was like just making miles, like he was so fast. Like first it was like, can he even catch up with them? But he could. Yeah, that was impressive to see. We stick with the Crown of Candy and go to the Cathedral. Yeah, this was just a mess, a whole mess. Of course, this is the place where Lapan dies and the pet pig, Peppermint. I think it is, what's the name Peppermint? Preston. So, and it was chef's kiss. Like this is what I wanted to see more from this season, is this kind of like really high stakes. Can we even do it? What is there to be done kind of setting. So this is really, I'm not sure if it is in my top 5, but we will keep it on the back burner for now. However, the Mithril Factory is of course a battle map that or like a new map that we have not talked about now. It was like really interesting because there were like these skater girls and boys and of course this huge golem, and I feel like the golem kind of being that was really cool to take down, but I don't even quite, like this was just all a kerfuffle, right? I don't quite remember how we ended up here, and in the end we didn't even have really a problem with them. I think it was just like something at the factory that we needed or looked for. So yeah, it didn't really pan out as much, this storyline. Yeah, now we come to yeah, one of my favorites, the Mice and Murders. Of course, I like a lot, but I'm gonna say Mice and Murder did not have a lot of combat going on, so I feel like we can skip these ones. Okay, now we are in Ellis Island, if I say that correctly, and yeah, that was the one where I had to basically jump from picture to picture, and I don't know, it was kind of difficult to understand for me at first. I needed to watch this like 2 times to understand what was really going on, that you would jump in those pictures and get the tokens out that we needed, and that all the pictures, all the scenes that we jump to are actually connected to our main cast, which I didn't really fully realize the first time around. Like, so sometimes it was obvious, and other times it was like, what's going on? And this was also the one where Iga got by the dream. Was it a dream? No, like just the entity. And yeah, but overall, I'm gonna say not one of my favorites. Yeah, not in my top 5. Okay, so we have the Elmen Wall, and it's kind of not showing the what's it called, the battle maps, but this was where they fought Biz. Like, what's it called, Biz? Like the guy who is, yeah, Biz, the guy who put the people or the girls into the what's it called, in these crystals. So I hope we will see another map of this. Okay, the Glucian Road of the Ravening Wars. Yeah, that was. This is. How do I say that? I don't quite remember these, but I remember that. I mean, the reveal who we are here to kill is really shocking. But I don't remember actually any kind of bits of the fight, and it was all around just a sad circumstance that our main characters were in, I think. Because I don't think they did this for because they wanted to. They were kind of like pressured into it, or like strong armed into it, as I remember it correctly, if I remember it correctly. Here we have Misfits and Magic, like the whole school grounds in general. I'm gonna just talk about Misfits and Magic as a whole, I think, because again, the fights in this series, they don't necessarily feel like fights. It is a whole different game system, so I feel like you cannot really compare it. And yeah, so we will leave that be. Ooh, the grand tournament from a round of candy, another banger. Like, I already maybe this will be in the top 5, but it will be in our selection for sure, because this is another one where I just love this. You don't know what's going on. First it looks like this, but then it turns around and it becomes something different. And yeah, I really like this one, especially because all of our characters were like first in their own space and occupied with their own with their own contests, or in Lapan case, their social interactions. But it became apparent quick that this is not your normal fun fair that is happening here. Oh yes, and then La Gran Gatas Bottega. This was a fine battle. Honestly, nothing too special about it. The minis, everything looks gorgeous, but yeah, nothing that comes to mind where I'm like, oh yeah, this. So yeah, it's a good one. We are already at H, and it is the Hero's Hall from Dungeons and Dragons. Not a lot to say about this. It was fine. Not even really a battle against Wallis. It was their first taste in battling though, so that was fun. Okay, so we come to the tunnel fight. Yeah, we had some interesting things here, like the not removing, the remote controlling the car, and like I remember distinctly how Iga was flying in this fight, and she described it as like strings and pulling her up, and that image stuck in my head. So there were some fun moments here, but I would not say anything super special about this fight. The next one we have the Hotel Cavalier from the the sophomore year of Fantasy High. And yeah, this one was where we rescued Vic and Riz from the clutches of the demons. It was fine. I remember also with this one there was something with an elevator going up and down, which I mean it was not confusing or but it was just another obstacle that our characters needed to overcome. That was fun to see how they dealt with that. And it was, I think, the first time that we get a better look at Kalina, if I'm not all completely mixing it up, but I feel like this was the first time where we kind of got a glimpse of her. Now we have the ice cream temple. Oh, Cinnamon's Nest. That looks awesome. Um, I'm gonna be honest, I have a problem with these kind of battle sets. I think we will come across it again, because I remember another Dimension 20 battle set that kind of goes in this direction. I'm not a big fan of like big pieces flying around and a big empty void. I don't know why, but I know it should up the stakes and everything, but it just doesn't do it for me. I cannot really tell why, but I find it kind of boring. So these are actually my least. Well, they would come on the bottom of my list. It's just not something that I enjoy. Maybe I'm the only one, but I just prefer it if there is things in the areas that we can interact with, or like something interesting. And this is just nothingness, literally. And I know that should be the thing that is scary about it, but it doesn't work for me. Where there was a fight is with Calvexes, of course, here in the gymnasium, probably like a legendary final boss fight. You know what I mean? It is just that what we want from not just Dimension 20 in general. This is what we want from Dungeons and Dragons, and it cannot always deliver that because the dice tell the story. So but in this fight, everything worked out so perfectly. The whole setup was great. We had our villains, the prom king and queen, and then of course our dragon, who the design is immaculate. So great work. This definitely comes in our discussion about the top 5. Okay, so this is, I mean, it is a fight, but this is the fight where our two beloved princesses die in the crown of candy. Yeah. But it is, I mean, this is now interesting, of course, because I could just talk about these fights in the sense of the impact that they have, and therefore this one is one of the biggest ones. Then, no cap, like what we all know that. But of course, in the sense of a fight, it was not really a fight. But that is the whole reason why it is so impactful, because there was no contest on surviving. So yeah, that was brutal. So we have the lines between from the Never After. Okay, yeah, there was a fight there, and of course the Cannoneer was also where we had our final fight against, well, the fairies, against the princesses, against the evil stepmother, exactly. And yeah, no, that there were all good finds. Like the orange hat happened here, so a lot of good things. But I'm gonna be honest, something didn't quite work for me. Especially, it is things need to be left alone in a mystery, of course. But Never After has, for me, kind of problem of the canon, literally the canon, and how this world actually works. I'm interested in it, but I'm not sure if more explanation would be better or harm it, the story, you know. So we leave it where it is. The Unsleeping City with the subway station from season 1. Yeah, they fought Epona, like the horse policeman woman. And yeah, they needed to take the train to get to North. That was what was going on here. But it felt more like an interstitial fight, basically. It was, as always, fun to see, and it was a lot of shenanigans and good moves and bad moves, good rolls and bad rolls, but nothing outstanding. Now, this one is the Macy's Parade, and maybe this one is also not really outstanding, I'm gonna be fully honest, but I personally love this map. if you look at this map closely, you can already tell which balloons are above another balloon, because they are not all on the same height level. And you can basically see that on the far right is the lowest, then comes this worm thing. And the way you can see that is that they at the end of the worm and at the feet of the this little soldier nutcracker thing, there you can see, oh, the nutcracker must be above, and now the teddy bear needs to be above the nutcracker as well. So I just don't know, I really love this illustration. I love the city in the background. This is one of my favorite battle sets in general, even though it contradicts what I have said before with like the floating platforms I don't like. I don't know why, but this one works for me, because maybe it's not nothingness beneath, it is more like well, it is the streets of New York, so that makes it more interesting to me than just a deep void. So yeah, this is actually one of my favorites. I am gonna put it in the top 5 bracket, and then we can talk about it. Definitely. Okay, the Metropolitan Museum of Memories. Oh, wrong one. Yeah. Now looking at this, and I already forgot the other Unsleeping City Season 2 battle where Iga got. It's so fun to say it that way. These are like really similar. I just noticed right now. And I have the same feeling about this one as the last one. So maybe it's just the setting, like, that is not really working for me. Let me know what you think about those two. Oh yeah, Midsummer Nights. This one, I can already tell you, will be in the discussion for our top 5. It is just so great, so perfect. And yeah, I mean, do I even tell you why this is not the battle set for Midsummer Nights? This one is. Like the whole feeder of it, I love Misty Moore, and yeah, the show must go on to basically make this spell work. I love it. Okay, now we have the Monastery of the Sacred Rat. I can already say there was not really that much here that I feel that attached to, let's say it that way. It was fine, a lot of fun. As always, these battles are a lot of fun, but here nothing special stood out to me. So we have the public library where we have the fight against, oh god, what was his name again? Tommy? I don't remember, but yeah, this one, I'm gonna be honest, like the whole monastery thing in Unsleeping City 2 kinda did not fully work for me, and that just is because we had like this new person come in, and of course he was there before and yada yada, but I just didn't feel like yeah, that he could just come in and basically dethrone Sophia, and I didn't even feel like that she did anything really wrong. But yeah, this is just how the story had to go, I guess, and therefore I was not so attached to this fight. I just wanted to see this guy taken out, and not even in a way like, oh yeah, I'm rooting for it. I'm just kind of like, yeah, can we do away with this villain that is not really working for me. So it was a fine fight, and it was, however, really fun because we get summoned the, oh god, what's it called? The Kingston old friend who died in the first season, and he did a lot of fun things in this fight, if I'm remembering correctly. Oh yeah, the New York sewers. I really like this fight with the racing water. Like, this is of course the main part about this fight. Otherwise, it didn't really have to do. I mean, what was the purpose of this fight? I cannot even quite remember. I don't feel like it had a lot of impact. So, yeah. But nevertheless, the rising water thing was great. Yeah, New York Stock Exchange. Kind of the same vein. Well, no, I was more interested in this fight. No, now I remember we could move like these stations, like they were like fighting as well, and there were like also these vampire things going on. So yeah, no, this was a fun one, and we had to get up there. That was also another thing. And then I feel like it was also at points idea to basically crash the whole thing down so he would fall down as well. And yeah, no, I remember this now a little bit more. Yes. Yes, that was a good one, but will it be in my top 5? I don't think so. No. Now we have Nyref's Couriers from Dungeons and Dragons. Is this a fight? Not really. Again, this is but such perfection. And of course, what I think about mostly is how we come back to this and basically we pay our debts in a way and it gets rewarded. We are being nice and earnest with Nyref and it turns out all great. If you have not seen Dungeons and Dragons, go and watch it. However, I'm not going to put this in my top 5 because it just isn't a full-on fight. Yeah. Oh, so now we have the Ramble. I think this is where Fabian got his ass beaten. I think that is where that happened. Maybe I'm doing wrong. Or was this the place where... No, this is the place where there is this endless fist fight going on. That was the place. Like basically where we actually defeat the... was it Captain John? Like the tentacle man. And yeah, it was good enough in the sense of... I'm sorry, but what happened before that is just like the whole thing with Fabian and everything before that is just so iconic and so grandiose. It is perfect. When I say that this one was good enough, it is almost impossible to follow such a scene with satisfying fight scene in its own. Yeah. Now we have the Recreation Station 97. Oh my god. Is this our first Starstruck Odyssey? I'm honestly kind of believe that maybe this list of the fan wiki is not complete, which is totally fine. Again, thank you for all the people who make fan wikis and stuff like that. Anyway, which one is this? Is the one where they have to get away and like, yeah, pleasure party is raining from above. That is so fun. That is really that was a fun one because it is kind of running alongside this long streak, and maybe we will come to it, but in Unsleeping City season 2 there was also something where they had to run down a long hallway basically, and I just love that idea. We have to get somewhere and there are a lot of little obstacles blocking our way. So I would take that in our discussion of the top 5. Now we have Superpus. I hope I say that correctly. Yeah, this was the final section for the Ravening War. I don't quite remember everything that happened here. Like honestly, I don't remember this shot or like who are all these people are probably enemies. Yeah, but I don't remember it. It was a little bit unnerving to be there underground. So it definitely gave me the anxiety that I was looking for. So thank you for that. It didn't quite stick with me. Oh, this one, the volcano of what's it called? I forgot it. Let me see. Escape from the Bloodkeep. Yes. Perfection. This is gonna go into discussion of our top 5 in general. Like these players and what they did was so much fun. And here, of course, the lava monster coming out and helping us. Chef's kiss. We stay with the Escape of the Bloodkeep, and yeah, we have the Siren. This was actually, I feel like, or is actually one of the few fights that our heroes lose, and yeah, the Siren gets destroyed. And I actually like the fight itself was fine or funny, but what I liked even more was the scene after the Siren was destroyed, when they're all falling and they all have to figure out how to survive this fall. And I don't know, we had just the same situation in what's it called? Clouded Hole. In Clouded Hole, the Zephyr got destroyed, and they also had to figure out how to survive. And it reminded me a lot of this, and I just love that. But the fight in itself, like if we had them back to back, the volcano fight and this fight, would have to go with the volcano fight over this one. Yeah. Okay, the Sukarosi Road, is that how you say it? I don't know. Yeah, this was, I think, the first battle, yeah. And it set the scene super well. It's not gonna be in my top 5 just because when I think of what happens later in the series, there are much better battles. But for a first battle, it was a really good one, and it showed us how deadly it can be because our princess almost died. Oh, this was the one where we fought against the sheriff. Yes, yes. I just remember for this one that the beginning was iconic with Zack shooting out of his shoe basically, and I think he makes a net 20 while being hidden, so like his sneak attack gets doubled and everything. And basically the sheriff gets creamed within the first turn. I think it was not the first turn completely, but yeah, that was great. So the Forest of the Nightmare King is like the finale of the season 2, and it is like they put it here as one location, but I feel like we spent like 2 or 3 episodes in this forest, at least 2. And yeah, so there is way more going for this location than just the battle. If I'm just thinking about the battle in itself, yeah, they had to go up these stairs, and Kalina was there. But I'm gonna be honest, like Kalina is a really great villain. Like in combat, she was also like, how did I say it? Outside of combat, she is unbeatable. I feel like in combat, it feels more. She doesn't feel so untouchable. In combat, she does really feel touchable, and which gives, of course, us more hope and kind of, well, how do I say that? Her villainness gets a little lower because of that. But yeah, the battle in itself, I'm not gonna put it in my top 5. I don't think so. But it was a good fight. The Synod Mall. Why don't we have the battle map here? I really wish we would have. But this is also beautiful because it is probably one of my favorite battle maps when it comes to the visual style. Yeah, this light blue color, I love it. Other than that, wouldn't say. No, it is not top 5 material for me. But again, stunning and a lot of fun, of course, with the shrimp and stuff going on. That was wild. Now we are at the letter T, and we are at the Temple of Frozen Doom. Sadly, also no battle map, but fantastic. It was so great. We had the dragon Morphandrix moving, and we had this whole marble system going on where you shoot them down the tracks. It was so much fun. And the chutes and ladders, the imps, the what's it called? Our enemies are like the Cyclopses, and then of course Mysaura shows up with Constano. Everything great, and especially the moves of the queens, like our questing queens, impeccable. So this one is a good one. Like this will definitely be in our top 5 discussion. Oh yeah, this is one from the 7. I feel like, yeah, I don't feel like all the battle maps are here. The geese. The geese were really funny. And again, but this one I didn't know why we had to rush. I think we were rushing to get away from something because we were followed. Yes, that was what was going on here. But other than that, well, no, there were also the moments. It had some great moments. Yeah, we will take it in our potential top 5. So we have Fanara's throne room from Dungeons and Dragons. I'm gonna say really great. The first like big battle, they did a good job. Comparing it to the Temple of Frozen Doom, this one, however, is not as good as their second big fight that they had. So this is not gonna go in our top 5. Oh, so now we have Times Square. I'm just gonna keep this short and say not really my thing. Like this was the first fight in the season. For that it was totally fine. And yeah, not a lot to say about that. And now the finale fight here, I said it before, we have like the temple, the ice cream temple, and this is the other instance where I know this is supposed to be the final fight of the series, end of this season, it just didn't do it for me. Like I don't know. Again, these flying platforms. Yeah, that's how you say it. These flying platforms going around in the air while everything around you is like nothingness or like some sort of like magical storm. I just don't find it that engaging. So yeah. Now we have Toy Island. Toy Island. That was it was a fun fight, but I feel like our main enemy here, um, wasn't he eaten? I think like he was just eaten, or like he didn't do a lot. Like biggest problem here was like the monster from the sea, of course. But I remember being kind of bumped out that our villain, or like the guy that came after us here, was dealt so easily with. Of course, you could be like, why I'm bummed out about that, but I was kind of interested to see what he had to offer. And now the Wallace Residency. Yes, this one, also a fantasy high one that had a lot of fun twists and turns in it, in the sense of that the cheerleaders, of course, were elementals, and then all we had, like, I feel like it was kind of felt like Evoli was there, you know, all the Evoli evolutions showed up and we had to battle them all. And yeah, but other than that, not that specifically impressive for me. Like, last thing. Now we come to Yogurt Shawls. This, another one, just a banger. Yeah, let's just put it in the top 5 discussion. I don't know what to say. Like the ship was sinking. This is like kind of reverse of what was happening with the water rising in the sewers of New York. This is kind of literally they could take the ship apart, so it looked like it was sinking. And of course, it was really tense. It was tense, and I loved it. And now we have the worst. Yeah, okay, I kind of can see why they gave it just one, and a lot of battling is happening on the worst. Yeah, it probably is the most reused battle set, isn't it? Because it is just our home base that we travel with, and it is also our biggest weapon that we have, literally. So yeah, okay, this is kind of throwing a wrench into my plans, because I cannot quite. You know what? We will take it out of the race, because there is so much different, like so many different kind of battles going on. And yeah, but just so you know, I will, or my plan is to kind of dive deeper in the different seasons and then talk about them, and of course talk about all the battles that happen in each season as well. So this is just supposed to be a quick overview, or like just ranking based on memories, and not on going in a deep dive and looking at every angle of every fight and every season in itself. Well, with that, we have went through all of them. Now I'm going to make basically a lightning round, where I just will look at all the ones that I've picked out, and I will just either delete them or we will keep them, and then we can discuss in what order we will put them for the top 5. Okay, the art show space, no. Away with you. Okay, we keep the cathedral for sure. Oh yeah, I want to talk about it a little bit more, because it didn't show up. This is the fight against, what's his name again? Bits. And this is the one where they get sucked into the gaming machine. So I love that fight from Fantasy High. So I wanna keep it here, but I just don't like that they. Why isn't there a picture of the battle map? The battle map is so cool looking. So okay, we have more the cathedral and this one. Between the cathedral and the tournament, which one do we? It's the cathedral. Who am I kidding? Of course, Calvexus, like the last fight in the mall. Good, we will keep that. This one I just took it in because it had a big impact, but we will take it out. Oh yeah, this one I also like, because of course this is amazing, so we keep that in for now. I actually might even go with keep the Macy's Parade. Yeah, sorry, Midsommar, you're out? Oh. Now. Yeah, there is another battle map that we have not seen, I think, where they have to, again, season 2 of Unsleeping City, where they have to run down all the train carts during Halloween to get to the front of the train. Yeah, that is actually one of my favorites. Okay, you know what? We will keep this one in for now. Ooh, that one is also pretty good. That one is also really good. You will fly out here. Oh no, cheddar. Okay, between the cathedral and this cheddar thing. Okay, now I have to go with the cheddar, I think, with the cheese boats, because here we are victorious, and I like victory. Okay, here we are not so victorious, and I feel like the moves in general, like the like really spectacular moves happened here. Yeah, this was also the one where they used Theo's power to basically let him shoot out like a rocket, even though he was supposed to be drowning. Yes, that's the one. Good, thank you. Okay, now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we need to get rid of 2 more. We have you. I really like you. Which one of these do I like better? Carvexes or the... No, I like this. I like the video game fight better. Okay. Yeah, we keep this one in. Now, I'm gonna be honest. This one that we see here, we will have to agree that this is not what we see. I hope you all know which fight I mean. Listen, I'm gonna look for it now. So there it is. I found it. This is the battle that I was talking about. I love this battle, so sorry, I'm gonna need to throw you out, lovely. Yeah, I'm sorry. So the, what's it called, Starstruck Odyssey doesn't have anything in here. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna take out the Macy's Parade because the subway battle with all these demons, I like the Macy's Parade, but I do like this one even more. Good. Now we have our top 5. Now let's look. I'm gonna say in 5th place. In 5th place, we have the volcano. I do like it a lot. It is a fantastic fight, but it is 5th place. In 4th place, we will have to put... Yeah, it is the mall. It is our... the thing that I remember the most about this is kind of like Fabian being on his bike in the video game, and I think that he really rolls well. Like, I think this is a moment where he gets a net 20, and everybody's just freaking out. Now, 3rd place. Who is on 3rd place? Yeah, this one. We have the ships. Like, this is just such an intense fight. I love it. Like, this is the exact kind of thing that I want from Crown of Candy. You can have a little bit magic, but not too much, and really deadly. Yeah, just great. Now, of course, 1st and 2nd place. You can imagine I particularly went looking for this one. However, the Temple of Frozen Doom is gonna be our 1st place, while our train ride in the Unsleeping City is our 2nd place. So congrats to the 2nd place. Yeah, no, this is, in my opinion, the perfect fight. I just love it. It is... I have rewatched this fight at least 10 times by now. It is so good. It is so fantastic. So yeah. Maybe this is rigged because it is also my favorite series from Dimension 20. It is Dungeons and Drag Queens, but usually I'm like I try to be also kind of objective about it, not fully. I still wanted to get my point across, but not get fully blinded by my favoritism. However, this one is truly... Like, they had a moving dragon who spew smoke. Come on, y'all. That's amazing. But yeah, please write down in the comments what are your top 5 battles. I don't even feel like it is video covered all of them. I'm pretty sure that we have missed some. And yeah, you see here my top 5 is the volcano, then we have the mall, then we have the cheddar ships, trains, and then of course the Temple of Frozen Doom. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for coming with me on this journey. I didn't know where this was going, but I had a lot of fun talking about this. I have like a really dry mouth because I don't have any water anymore. So, um, time to stop. Thank you, and we will see us next time. Have a great day. Bye.